Can we start?
Yes, Mansi.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing really well. We are thrilled to invite you to our online event, PhD or not, Finding Clarity in the Confusion. Navigating the decision to pursue a PhD is a significant crossroad in one's academic and
Mansi, can you
professional
can you
journey.
can you open your camera?
So, actually, my camera is not working.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Okay.
So we are thrilled. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing really well. We are thrilled to invite you to our online event, PhD or not. Finding clarity in the confusion, navigating the decision to pursue a PhD is a significant crossroad in the one academic and professional journey. And we understand the particulars that come with such a choice, whether you are a student anticipating your next step or a professional considering in the possibilities this event is designed for you. Join us as we embark our journey of discussing, seeking insights into the factors influencing the decision to pursue a PhD, the diverse fields available, and the various institutions that could shape your academic future. Our panel will share their experience, offering valuable perspectives and considerations that go into making the pivot decision. Though engaging discussion, interactive session, and the opportunity to connect with linked-minded individuals, we aim to provide clarity and guidance to those in the mindset of decision-making process. Let's unravel the mystery of surrounding the pursuit of a PhD together and pave the way of informed and empowered choice. The PhD Decision Masterclass is a comprehensive program designed to support individuals who are anticipating whether to pursue a PhD. This program aims to provide clarity and guidance on key aspects of the PhD journey, including major aspect where, why, when, and how to pursue a doctoral degree. Whether participants are unsure about their motivation, concerned about the particularities of undertaking a PhD, or seeking advice on navigating the application process. This masterclass offers invaluable insights and support. So let's talk about our speakers. So we have two speakers. First is Faz Hassan, second Mansi Yadav. Faz Hassan is doing PhD from Aligarh Muslim University and his topic for PhD is electric vehicle adoption in India and empirical investigation. Sir has done MBA in international business from Aligarh Muslim University. He also associated with Indian Institute of Management Indore as an academic associate in the field of marketing for 3 years. He has also worked with organizations such as Royal Bank of Scotland and Merit Institute of Technology. He has also published research paper in various reputed journals like Scopus Index Journal, Web of Science Journal. Mansi Yadav is a second speaker. Mansi Yadav is doing PhD from the North Cap University. Her topic for PhD is digital financial literacy. Mansi has done MBA in finance and marketing from the North Cap University as well and currently working as an assistant professor in the North Cap University. She has also worked with many startups. She has also published research paper in Scopus Index Journal and Web of Science Index Journal. She has presented research paper in many conferences and renewed institute. So let's start our program. So, sir, now it's over to you.
Guys, good afternoon. Is it audible? Guys, afternoon, is it audible? Harshal?
Yes, you are.
Harshal and all, can you please switch on your camera if you want? Harshal, you are there or not?
Yes, I'm there.
Where are you busy these days? You are at your home or somewhere else?
Yeah, at a home.
Everything is fine?
Yes.
Okay, great. So guys, before starting, we should be knowing about is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Okay, okay. So before starting, I just want to know what drives you toward this PhD program? Motivation. Can you please share why you want to do PhD? Before why, but what's your motivation? How do you think of PhD? Avantika?
Actually, sir, my motivation of PhD is I have been long associated with academics. I have chosen academics for long term. I have research papers. I've been working with professors. So this is what interested me to do PhD. And currently, I've qualified JRF also. So it's a main reason why I wanted to join PhD.
So you are interested in more in terms of academics, not with corporate, right?
Yeah, I'm more interested into academics.
So I mean that's okay. You told me about the you were associated with this, but if I give you an opportunity to have more money, or if I give you an opportunity to have work into academics, being a scientist, so you want to be a scientist because from my understanding, a person who is a scholar or who wants to be a doctorate. We were just discussing today only how, for example, there's a batch of 100 students who has done doctorate, and then how many choose the academic field afterwards, how many choose this corporate, and then how many do business, and what remains is self-employed. So, if I give you an opportunity to do so, you will be doing PhD, right? Not you
Yes.
want a money. A money
No, no.
means
Actually, I had that opportunity after even immediately after doing MBA, but I chose to do academics rather than going
so.
into corp.
Your motivation is not money, right? There are
Yeah,
people.
my motivation is not.
Achha, there are a lot of people in the world. Their motivation is money.
Yeah.
People who do GRF and all, they love to do PhD just because they are getting some bucks.
That is important. That is important. I don't feel that money is not important. That is
No,
important.
I'm not saying it's important or not. I just want to hear your opinion. Nothing else. But what is important, what is not important is something different.
Yeah.
From your point of view, you want to become scientist. That's good. Ashil, what about you?
I want to focus on more on learning new techniques.
Ashil, you look like a scientist. So you, I believe, looks does matter for you, na? Right?
Yes,
You
money is
are always busy on the laptop and using chat GPT and all. So you're always busy, right? So
yes,
you love reading papers, है ना? You love to do
yes,
things which delve into academia. Means I just wanted to ask from you that after PhD, means after 5 years or 6 years, you want to teach students, right?
yes,
Yeah. So is PhD required? That's what I'm asking. There's a career option, professor of practice. Have you heard about it? No.
no. But I think,
Practice. You know
but
what
I think,
professor of practice? Just hold on. What is a professor of practice?
Yes, sir. I know about it.
What is that?
It is like when someone who has immense experience into corporates like 10 to 15 years, they get directly
Not necessarily into corporate, but in any field.
yeah, in any field.
He can be business owner, he can be in corporate, he can be an academician,
Yeah.
he can be a self-employed person. Not a big deal. He has having some experience in some niche area.
Yeah, niche area, and that too immense experience of like good experience, like
Good
for
experience
10 to
is
15 years.
I think it's 10 years. Then also you can teach. So if your motivation is to teach, so if your motivation is to be a scientist or you want to, there are people who do PDF as well. What is PDF?
Not aware about that.
not
PDF you don't know? Postdoctorate fellow.
Postdoctorate I know.
Postdoctorate fellow, they do PDF after the PhD program.
Okay.
A lot of people, not from AMU and all, but not from even IIMs, but people who do PhD from IITs, they prefer PDF. So they love to read documents. So my suggestion would be, if you love to read, for example, I avoid reading a lot of things. I only want printouts to read. If you love to read, like Herschel, you love to read in online mode, right? You read a book, you read research papers, the desktop screen. So if you are having habit of reading a lot of papers, lot of documents, then I think it's good to go. Okay.
yes.
Anything, Ashok, you would like to share about the motivation? The sense,
Also, I think, but I also think about that. PhD is also good for a academical career.
yeah, not necessarily. Like if you are a person who is into business, you are having a lot, you want to be a professor in future, so you can join. There are people who do PhD, PhD, that is executive PhD as well. There are people who don't do PhD, but they are teaching in the in this academia only, but they don't have PhD degree, but they are into corporate. Okay, the there are people. A lot of my friends, they don't have PhD, but they are teaching as a visiting faculty or even as a full-time professor. Because now PhD is not mandatory. Earlier, PhD was mandatory, but now it is not mandatory according to the UGC guidelines. But they prefer obviously a person who is having a PhD degree. But it's only about you can invest 5 years or not. If you have 5 years to invest, then it's good to go. We have Akshay or Rahim is there, Harshal or not?
No, they are not.
Where are they?
No, they.
Vibha is there, Vibha? No? Okay.
No, they are not.
Look, what is to be done? So you have a lot of options. Like PhD you can do. You can do job. After master you have a lot of options. Like in the field of management, there are people like us who try to apply PhD just after master. You can do job. For MBA people or from other background as well, you can do job as well. Like job can be of two types: corporate job as well and multinational type. In your case, Harshal, WRI, there is a company or WRI. What is the full form of WRI? Harshal, have you searched?
World Research Institute.
Yeah. Or you can be an intern. You can be a research associate. You can be research assistant in different organization. Or you can do business. You can be a self-employed person. But what is to be done? You should be very clear. If you want to pursue PhD, okay, good. But you should be knowing what are the options you have. It's not necessarily you do PhD only. Okay? For whom you are doing PhD? For yourself or peer pressure? Maybe in case of females or maybe in case of male as well, they are doing PhD for the doctor title. And also there are people I know personally, they are doing PhD. I have taken name of someone. So she is doing PhD just because her parents want her to do. So there are a lot of people who are doing PhD just because of their peer pressure means their father are telling them to do PhD. It's a good course. So you will be here staying in the campus. You will be staying in the organization. So then third question is from where you should be doing PhD. Like if you are from science background, you can do PhD from IITs. What are the other institutions? Harshal, can you tell me for the science background people?
There may be.
What is the top-notch institute for science background for PhD?
Like IITs, IIMs, Indian Institute of Science.
I don't think so. IIM for science, but IITs and IISc, Indian Institute of SC.
Yes.
Bangalore.
And also National Institute of Oceanography and
for law, NLUs, For different top-most institutes.
Sir.
Yeah.
There are many other institutes like TIFR or BIFR, Birla Institute or Tata Institute for fundamental research. Then IIAP, IISCR. These are the institute where we can pursue PhD if we are from the science background.
So that's what I'm saying. The three institutes: IITs, ISCs, and the institute. Because I'm not from science background, so that's why I don't know much about science background. And we are basically focusing on the management and social science. So right, okay, there might be cancer institutes as well. So then you have options from central university as well, like AMU, BHU, or state universities like Devi Ahilya University, then BR Ambedkar University, or there are different private universities as well, like Sharda University, Galgoti University, or deemed university, executive, and then there are options like executive PhD. You know what is executive PhD?
For the management.
Not for the management, obviously. Other people can also do. IMA is for management, but executive PhD is basically for people who can do PhD. Also, they can do this job. IITs also offer this executive PhD. Okay. There are a lot of debate, right? We should be doing PhD from one of our known person. She want to do PhD from Banastali, right? What was the name? I don't know. But Banastali University. University. So you should be doing PhD from Bharati University or from IIMs only. So then I convinced her that try for IIM, but if you are not able, then go for a central or then a state. Then you can try Bharati. Bharati is a private university or state university. I don't know, but from my point of view, if you are from management, you should definitely try for IIM. There are different criteria. Obviously, you should be good enough. You should be a JRF qualified person, or you should be having a scorecard of CAT. Should be having a scorecard of GRE or GMAT. Okay. Then when to do PhD, after masters versus after job, or when you want to do PhD, it's totally up to you. It's not like, for example, I've done my masters in 2014, so I worked for a few institutes. Then I thought that it's better to switch to academia. So it's up to you only. You can obviously do after master as well, or even you can do after job as well. After working for some organization, you can do the PhD. So there are different questions. I try to put it here. Why do you do PhD? There are people like few of my friends. They want to do PhD just because they are JRF. So they want to encourage that opportunity. So they basically clear the JRF and all, and then they try to want to have money. But after JRF, after PhD, what is it? Do you get good price? Do you get good salary after that? What are your expectations from PhD? Ajal, what are your expectations?
I think it is more about personal goals, like to achieve some mastery in specialization or anything, like some part of the subject area.
What actually it is? Is it easy or tough? What do you think? It's easy or tough? So I would like to share my experience. One of my professor, he told me what according to you is a PhD. So then I told him a very bad answer, which I understand now. I told him that I want to do PhD. It's like a course, like a bachelor's course, 3 years course, like a master's course, 2 years. So it's a 5-year course. So it's like a course only for me. But when I entered here and the PhD program, I got to know the reality. It's not a course. It's the whole journey. Journey can be a sad or happy, but they can be happy people, but there are also sad people also there. The PhD program. There are a lot of issue of the research papers. It's not that easy that you write a paper and it's easily got accepted. So it requires a lot of patience. So obviously, I've written one question: does your PhD depend on anyone? If yes, then who is the most important person during a PhD? Whom do you think is the most important person in your PhD program? Pravaltika?
The person himself.
The person himself, but actually also right. The guide is the main person. He can motivate you. He can share knowledge. He can support you in every decision of your life. From where to start? What do you think? From where to start? Aisha, from where to start?
Actually, it's a complicated question. I'm not sure.
We a lot of time to discuss. So there are different questions. What challenges do you anticipate in pursuing a PhD? How do you plan to overcome them? What criteria are important to choosing PhD or university for a PhD? So let's discuss this question. What criteria are important for you when choosing university for your PhD program? What do you think? What are the different criteria? From my point of view, the first criteria is the faculty. Wherever you choose the institute, should have a good faculty, or you should have a good mentor, good infrastructure. Could be maybe from my understanding, it could be the status of the university. It's a good university, or you can obviously focus on the institute. Does the institute have access? Okay. Ashal, what about you? What criteria are important?
Reputation and
reputation of the brand. Brand means which reputation of the university or any institute. What challenges do you anticipate in pursuing a PhD, and how do you plan to overcome them? I'm not sure about the overcome plan, but I can definitely ask you about challenges. I don't know what other participants, they can also speak.
Excuse me, sir.
What challenges do you, yeah.
Sorry to disturb you in between. Actually, can you please reshare your screen? Because your slides are not moving.
What's your name?
We are still stuck on first slide.
Sure.
No, sir, your screen is not visible.
Not visible?
Now, no, sir, no, it is not visible.
Okay, I'll share again.
Can you please reshare your screen?
It's happening with everyone or it's happening with only with you?
Sir, that though I
Sir,
don't know.
actually, your screen was not moving. It was stuck at the first slide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You could have told me.
So we thought you're not moving. You're just pressing
Acha,
it.
acha.
So.
Okay. Entire screen I'll share. Now, is it visible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Is it moving?
Yes, now it is moving.
So we
Thank
have
you so
discussed
much,
what
sir.
is to be done versus PhD, job, corporate teaching. Then we have discussed about the for whom you're doing. Your fear means your parents, for your near and dear ones, for yourself. Then we try to discuss about from where you want to do PhD. You should have a clear cut idea. We have discussed about IMA. What is IMA? Anyone?
All India Management Association.
So people who are doing their job, they can also do PhD from there. But is there any fees? You should definitely ask about the fees structure and all. Is there any fees required for IMA? Means it can be a two-way process. Either there is a stipend or either there are fees. There is a fees. So they are in different institutes. They are having different fees. Plus they also give a stipend. In IMA, there is no stipend. Although they charge around 1 lakh rupees per annum for 3 years, and for next extension they charge around maybe 50,000 per extension. It's quite costly. It's basically for people who are working somewhere. Then what to do? When to do PhD, after master versus after job, or when? You should be having clear cut idea. What challenges do you anticipate in pursuing a PhD? Basically, how do I structure this slides? Basically, a lot of questions, but I want to know from personal experience of yours. That what do you think would be your basically understanding or motivation? Or you can have a specific question as well. For example, these questions are: in what ways? So we were discussing this. What about challenges? Can anyone share what challenges do you anticipate in pursuing a PhD? What do you think? It's a like what kind of process is this? Can anyone? What do you? I mean, when you heard this word PhD, what comes to your mind? Basically, very simple question I have asked.
First of all, sir, it's a time-taking process. So, giving that kind of commitment of like 5 years, which is almost minimum time, it can extend more. But then within 5 years, there might be many of the circumstances that can come to life. So it can change things also.
Like
so that is
on the right, we have parents, है ना? You want to become parent, you can't become parent, or you can obviously become. But the thing is, it's you want to get married or not, it's up to you. But then for example, yesterday only I have applied for some institutes. Then I discussed with my professor. So he told me that first complete the PhD, then apply. So then if you have crunch, or if you want to, because your salary, or even if you're a JRF scholar, a SRF scholar, your salary or your life is stuck. This I believe. If you want to get out of this, or you want to join as an assistant professor, you can't join because you have to be here for certain period. And if you're even for the whole time, because if you the supervisor does not allow you. So then, in what ways do you believe your PhD will enhance your career? Yeah, Rahim is there.
So my question is just one of my question. As you told, supervisor won't allow. So while choosing a PhD program, supervisor is more important or brand is more important?
Obviously, from my understanding, if you do, I think if you for example, you are doing PhD from Banastali or maybe from XYZ university, not certainly
any state university. Let us take
any state, any private, any deemed.
Okay.
After 5 years in the journey, it's up to him. But after the journey, your brand matters, na? Or not?
It matters, but during the journey is not 2 years. It's like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
5 years is life, na? For that life, you are doing PhD.
Yes.
So if you want, for example, in my case, I am doing PhD from AMU. It's brand, okay brand, not so good, not so bad, not so good. It's in medium, good. Okay, maybe more than a medium because it's Central University. But then I have a good tuning with my professor. That's a plus point for me. Okay, so
That is the
even
question.
you can if you don't have a good tuning also, then you can at least interact with him. At least you can have interaction with him just to know how can he help you. You know, so he can't be an ignorant person. I think he can also share knowledge. He can share his experiences and all. Then, from my understanding, the first rank would be the brand. For example, you are doing PhD from IIM Ahmedabad.
Okay.
After your PhD, you definitely will get a good institute. I mean, for teaching. So
Okay.
this I believe the brand matters a lot. Then obviously, how can you choose even if you get selected in a good private university or good IIMs only, can you choose a supervisor? I don't think you can choose a supervisor at all.
No.
Choosing supervisor is not in your hands. So what's in your hands is the brand, not the supervisor obviously. So then if you can't choose anything, for example there is a concept of locus of control, internal locus of control and external locus of control. So internal locus of control says you should be worried about the problems which you can. What is that, Avantika? Can you tell me? Internal locus of control or external locus of control? In organization behavior, you might have heard these terms.
Yeah, yes, sir. Internal locus of control says what is happening to you. You are taking it. This is because of me. I can control this. And external locus is when something is happening and you are blaming that on external factor. This happened because this external factor was not beyond. This external factor was beyond my control. So that is what external.
So basically, I believe you should be worried for those reasons which you can control. If you can't control the reasons, but if it's under not your control, you should not be worried. How to apply for a PhD? Is it necessary to have my own research topic for PhD? I don't think so. Because there are universities and even good brand names, they ask. But in case of at least in central universities, it happens like you first have to give your research proposal, and then things move slightly fast. But in other universities, like maybe in IIMs, you have to give them SOPs for research proposal. But after 2 years, they finalize your topic. After 2 years of coursework is there. There's a rigorous coursework. But in other universities, they basically want the proposal first. And is it necessary to publish the paper to complete PhD? Yes, definitely. Each university, Mansi, in your university, how many people is required? 2.
Minimum 3, sir.
Minimum 3.
Yes.
In AMU, we require only 1 paper. That's why we are doing PhD from here. So it's not
Nice,
it's
sir.
not that easy to get a paper published, because you have to write paper, you have to send, and then the reviewer sees, then he gives comments.
Yeah, sir. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of time.
I'm trying from since around 3 years.
Yeah,
My paper is not published.
completely
I'm waiting for
understandable.
Yeah. Okay. Then moving on to the next one. Why should you do PhD and why should not? So this, I have written this question: what you expect and what is reality. Why you should do PhD? Why, if you want to work 24/7, you are ready to work. You love to work. Like Mansi is there. She loves to work. Avantika is there. She loves to read a lot of things. But there are people like me. But they want to obviously enjoy social life as well. So I'm not saying the people who are doing PhD, they don't enjoy social life, but I believe reading habits, they might have better reading habit. They might have they are indulged into studies more maybe than other people. And why you should not do PhD? For example, if you want growth like this only, if you are a person who want everything done, you don't have patience. For example, you don't have patience and you want to do things very quickly. I think you should avoid it because it takes time. Definitely takes time for each and everything. What do you expect and what is reality? What do you expect? I'm asking the same question again and again, but sorry. What do you expect from PhD and what is reality? Reality I can tell you, but what do you expect, guys? Share. Vibha is not there. Rahim is there. Rahim, I will be joined. Time. Rahim is there? No. Arshal?
Yes, Rain is there.
Yeah,
Rain is there.
Prem is there. I don't know why he's not receiving. So, what do you expect, Harshad? Harshad?
Good. I'm expecting from PhD.
If you are expecting good, if you are expecting good life after that, we are not sure in terms of salary and all. You have to work 24/7. You should work definitely 24/7. You should work definitely. And reality is not that. If you believe that you will be able to do things like this only, it's quite easy. So I don't think it's at this. Is there a gap? How does the reputation of a university or impact your decision? What specific aspect for you? We can discuss it definitely. Yeah, a participant, you can share this. What specific aspects are you looking in a reputable institution? So the accessibility of the institute, accessibility of databases, brand, faculty, which faculty is there. Then what are the other aspects? Location of the institute, status of the institute. Okay. If you have any specific question, you can definitely ask me right now. Because it's not a deck where I should run the slides. We should be focusing more on the.
Since you told that you worked for some institutes and then you decided for some companies and corporate, then you decided to switch to academia. So why so you switched to academia?
I don't want to work on the screens. I earlier thought that it's not a good idea to. I was into Royal Bank of Scotland, so then I worked there for around 11:30. My timing was 11:30 to 8:30. So there was no time for lunch as well. There were only 15 minutes lunch you can have, and then from starting 11:30 to 8:30 you should be sitting. You should, if you are not available at the place, they will call you. So I don't want that culture. So then I thought it's better to leave this place. If you are working hard, again they will give you a lot of work. But it's happening in academia as well.
But this is the truth, sir. This is anywhere. This is
Everywhere.
the truth.
Also, I was not aware about this fact. So then I thought that do something where I can. I have been promoted around 3 or 4 times, but they have not increased my salary. When my designation was process associate, business analyst, fraud analyst, then senior fraud analyst. The designation was changed around 4 times, but the salary was same, but the work given me was doubling again and again. So then, if the work is getting doubled, I am not getting an appreciation in terms of salary. What the use of to be? What the use? I mean, I should not be that place. No, I'm not. It's not like I'm a machine. So I left that place. Then I worked with IIM Indore as a teaching assistant there. So then there I thought that let's learn something first. I tried for PhD program, and then I tried to clear the written part, but I was not selected because of the interview. Because in interview it's not that easy. But they definitely have references everywhere. Not in Central University, not necessarily Central University, private university and all. So there's favoritism, nepotism, everywhere is there. So then it's not easy to crack the interview. You should have good references. If you are filling the form of IMs and all, they definitely require a good reference. They require a form and they require references, right references. So if you have good tuning with professors, they may recommend you, but then you have to clear the written and you should have a good scorecard. Yeah, tell me. Any other questions, Avantika? You can ask. Definitely, it's a portal to ask questions. So you still have a clear. You are still not confused. Still confused at whether you should be going into or not. Because if you are starting the journey, then you suffer or not suffer. But that's not the question. But then you should be knowing what is in the journey.
Why to start and why to start or not?
For example, you can ask me a question like, is there a schedule? Is there any specific work you want to do? You are supposed to do. So you can ask the question like this if you want. For example, we don't have. If I'm doing from Central University PhD, then we are not supposed to do anything. We just have to go there and just sign it. But if you're doing PhD from IIMS, there are 2 year coursework. First year coursework, they ask you to do MBA first, second, third semester. You have to sit with the MBA first semester, first year students, and then clear the examination. Then in second year, you will be given an elective, and then the professor under whom you are doing PhD, he will teach you. some subjects. The electives. It's the same case with the IT as well. One of my
Yes, sir.
friends is
I've
an IT
gone
professor.
through
So
those
then,
curriculum.
then after that, your work start. There are people who submit in 3 years as well. I know personally. I know 3 or 4 people. They have done PhD from IIM Indore only. They have done PhD in around 3 years. They but their publication part and all. So in central or maybe I'm not sure state, but look, the guidance of a professor is very, 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 very essential. Other than guidance of a professor, you should have people like me or Mansi or any other people who can be a good friend to you and they can help you guide through, because I have a lot of seniors of mine. They are helping me in writing a research paper. They are helping me. They are guiding me that you should do this, you should not do this. Then there are people, they are friends of yours or seniors. Maybe you can take help from them, peers. They can help because it's not always you should be asking help from them, because asking help from them they can also give you wrong advice. But then you should be asking. You should have a lot of kind friends. Okay, they give you genuine feedback. They should not have any bias from you. Yeah. Any other question, Harshal? Harshal?
No.
No, I think you definitely have questions.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. What's your name?
Hi, sir. Vibha.
Acha, you can tell me.
Yes, sir. So I have a question. Like, what is the right time to get enrolled in PhD? As I'm only net qualified, like I should wait for JRF qualified. Yeah, I should get enrolled like after doing the net only.
Is there a guarantee that if you are JRF qualified, you will be given?
But I'm working hard on it, and I know like.
I'm just asking if the institute, if the institute said that we can give you admission, the scorecard eligibility is net. है ना? If the scorecard eligibility is net and you are waiting for JRF, if you want to do PhD from good institute, that's okay. But you, for example, you are focusing at IIMs, okay? The top 5 institutes, I think they believe, in some areas they believe they want scorecard of GRE, GMAT and CAT. Okay, so it's up to you. For example, if you want to do PhD from IIM Raipur, and they want
Yes,
they
sir.
require net criteria, and you have a valid
Yes.
net scorecard, so you can at least face the interview. But if you don't want to face the interview, then how will you succeed? You can definitely face the interview. If you get selected, that's good, na? At least you have just clear the entrance, the gateway you are open. Why you are waiting for JRF only? There's no guarantee.
Sir,
na?
but the thing is that. Yes, sir.
Is that?
So if I start focusing on research proposal, but like only 3 months are left for the JRF exam. So sir, I got diverted like from JRF to research proposal. So that's the issue.
For proposal time, you can at least devote half an hour, 1 hour. There are people, I believe they won't read your proposal as well. They will see what is your motivation of PhD. Writing a proposal is different task. Mansi can definitely handle. But writing is basically, you should, if you want to do PhD from IIM Raipur, okay? Just see the faculty.
Yes.
Just see the faculty tab. In faculty tab, for example, my area is marketing. If your area is marketing, okay? Vantika, you are also listening. So then you can just focus on
Yes,
the
sir.
faculty tab. Then faculty tab, write down the name of the professors. For example, I want to do PhD from IIT Bombay in marketing field. So there are different professors there. So what I have done, I have written their name. There are 3 professors. So I've written their name on the paper, and then I have written their research interest. Then
And collaborated our research interests with them. This is how.
and it is not like they will choose the exact topic. They may modify it.
Yes.
For example, you want to do PhD in electric vehicle adoption, and the professor not interested in the adoption part. They are more focused on the digital marketing, but they are also focusing on digital marketing adoption. I believe you can go ahead, because when I have given the interview for IIT Bombay, they did not ask me regarding the proposal. They asked me, what do you know about PhD? Very simple question: what do you know about PhD? Why you want to do PhD? Okay, what are the different techniques you know about you know about PhD. What is sample size? What is this sampling? These questions definitely they may ask you. It's not like they will ask you from the SOPs. They may ask you, but there are high chances they will want to know about your knowledge. You should have a basic understanding about it. For that, you can have some book for C.R. Kothari or maybe marketing research. You can have Raj Malhotra. But basically, for interview in interview they may ask you about you should have some basic idea, and that proposal is written by you or not. That they will check. Yeah, hope that I try to answer your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? My understanding is if you want to apply, you can apply. Give a very less time for the proposal, half an hour or at least, and then you have around 23 and a half hours remaining. Then you can focus on 4 to 6 hours for GRF, and then you can have good sleep. Because there are people, it's not about quantity, it's the quality matters. Yesterday only I have seen one article. So in that article she said that I revised my syllabus. I have gone through around 8 or 9 topics only, but I have revised around 4 or 5 times. So revision and borrowing is important. You focus on HRM, you focus on marketing, you focus on international business strategy and all, not on finance. But that should be very thorough. One thing about what your strategy?
So for what? For my strategy for?
Clearing the JRF.
For clearing the JRF. Sir, I revised less, but I covered more. My strategy was quite opposite to you.
But you were not focused on finance, or you were focused on?
I was focused on finance because from last one or two attempts, I was giving up on finance only. मेरा score finance में
then I also believe that people should also focus on the paper 1, right?
Yes, paper 1 is must.
Yeah, if you score around 40 marks in paper 1, then JRF is very easy.
Yeah, like I scored 78 in paper 1. Then JRF got pretty. Earlier I was scoring less.
Any other questions we have? Harshal? Rahim? Akshay is not there?
So one more question.
Please ask. Please. Yes.
So what should be an ideal answer for why you want to do PhD?
Like you can share about your past experience. For example, how I start. For example, you ask me why you want to do. I can answer you that my interest lies in the PhD since my MBA time. So definitely will ask you what did you do in your MBA. So I told them that my dissertation. I can just inform you about me only. I cannot give you the right because there is no right or wrong answer. I can inform you what I do. So then I told the concerned person that my dissertation topic was regarding the green marketing only. So then my interest developed. I learned SPSS and I started working for the dissertation. I try not to take help from them and then anyone, and then I summarize everything, I put it in a document and then show it to my seniors and peers. Then only that time I was indulged in these activities, and then my interest got developed, and then I want to write a paper on that. So I have written during that time at my MBA only. Where people were busy on jobs and all, I was pretty much focused on the academia only. Then I have written 2 papers, one in this journal and one in that journal, with few of my seniors. Okay. And then from that time because I wanted to do PhD and I was not having other options at that time, so I indulged into the corporate, because even after a corporate experience I can do PhD, but I can it's not a wise idea to join the corporate after a PhD. So I was told this fact, but now it happens. But then after working with the Royal Bank of Scotland, then I felt that I am in the wrong place. Then I started my life again and then started working for IIMs only. Then over here, the professor got me a lot of work regarding the literature review part, regarding the research paper. There I read a lot of papers for him, lot of articles, lot of newspapers for him. Then my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I audible now? Yeah. So then my interest again got developed. I tried for PhD from IIMs only, but I was not selected because of was not having a valid score card CAT. and I was not qualified JRF. I tried net and I got the good score card. I out of net only. So then likewise you build on something and then try to connect everything, connect. So everything and then connect to a second one like this. Does it answer your question? So I wanted to apply so I applied in different institutes and write a SOP for me, and then I try to learn. You can also tell them that I have seen these videos. I have seen these videos. You can tell them on YouTube. For example, you are following one channel, search with Bhavat. You can just tell them we also learn from the lecture of Neeraj Kaushik. You can tell them that I have learned from them and this is my observations. So also I have gone through with this Naresh Malhotra book, C.R. Kothari book, where I tried to understand what is scale, what is not a scale, what is questionnaire, how do we make it. Tell them about your experiences. This is how my interest in research got developed. They just want to know that. For example, why do they ask this question? Can you tell me? Bantika, Harshad, why do they ask you this question? That why you want to do PhD?
So they just want to know that how much dedicated you are towards the PhD and whether you will able to do this in a long term.
Basically, they will ask you this question regarding your survival.
You're not audible, sir. I'm not able to hear you. You're not audible, sir.
Yeah, is it audible?
Yes, now it
Yes,
is
sir.
audible.
I had some issue with my laptop. It got started. So then where we were, in the academic student interview, they would have asked you that will you able to for how much time you will be here. I mean, everywhere they ask you how much time will you be available for this organization. Then they want to know that you will be available here or you will leave somewhere else. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, is it audible?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Nancy, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here only.
Yeah. Does it answer your question? They ask you this question, very simple question, why you want to do research. There is no right or wrong answer, but you just have to tell your journey. I have asked this question from Professor Sandeep Tripathi as well at I am Indore only. Then he told me there is no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, sir, this is very
You can
basic
just
question. Each and everybody used to ask this question even.
why they obviously ask you from why this topic, why research, and why research.
So why is what I feel, why is our life? So being a research scholar, at every stage, everybody used to ask why you want to this, why you want to do this, why. Like for example, if we write a one sentence, okay, this variable impact on this variable. So our supervisor or our expert used to ask why you want to this, why you are saying that this variable impacting this variable. So what I feel is कि why is like our life. कितना भी हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, why is everywhere. क्यों किया आपने? So why? So yeah, you said just right now, okay, not a right or wrong answer. Yeah, completely agree with the statement कि कोई भी सही और कोई भी गलत आंसर नहीं है. So yeah.
Firstly, it requires commitment, right? Lot of commitment. You are teaching at North Cap University as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm working there since last 2.5 years.
So does that require commitment as a being a scholar?
Sir, no. But on why I'm not going to commit anything on this why statement, because I also used to face this situation when I give my proposal, when I used to give my SRC basically a 6 months presentation. So everybody used to ask why this variable, why this sample size, why this population, why this area. So yeah, dealing with why is very important. You should know why you are doing these kind of things. Like for example, you are selecting any variable, any topic, any question, so you should be very prepared why you want to do this.
Is
So
it audible?
yes, sir, you are audible.
About the commitment, does PhD require commitment? Being a female, you can share your experience because there are a lot of females they want to get married in life, na? So does that require for example, you want to get married? You can think about from that point of view as well?
So I think it's completely depend on the individual. Like from my perspective, yeah, PhD is mandatory. Not mandatory, yeah, but PhD is important because there are many reasons for me. It could be a funny like I want doctor in my name. So in medical field, right now this is not easy or not possible कि मैं अब medical field में जाके और doctor लूँ, but yeah, PhD is a very easiest path to get doctor in my name. So this could be a reason why we want to do PhD.
We have one of my known, so their nameplate means outside their home it's written as doctor.
Okay.
How the person is a doctor,
हाँ.
the husband is a doctor and the wife is a professor.
So
Then they are doctor.
फिर वो वाला सीन तो थोड़ा कॉन्फ्रेंस टाइप हो जाएगा, थोड़ा डिबेटेबल हो जाएगा बिकॉज एवरीबडी यूज टू लाइक के माई प्रोफेशन इज बेस्ट because being a medical doctor is more difficult as we compare to a academic PhD, so that will be a debatable topic. So
No,
I'm not.
my question, my request to you is, if you want to get married in between PhD, would you consider it, or you want to do after that, or because there are a lot of queries I ask on a daily basis. For example, sir, my 5 years will be booked. I won't be able to get married. My age will be gone. Are you getting my question?
So as per my point, so
I know, but in Central University, I know lot of females, a lot of even not males, but one male at least I know. As he enters into the PhD program at AMU only, and even at IIM in the Himanshu, okay, so he got, as soon as he entered in the PhD program, he got married. And obviously, females definitely are the case is there.
So this is a very challenging because being a research scholar and being a housewife or a working wife, working women, so balancing is a very challenging. So like if you want to pursue PhD or a doctoral degree, so you should plan accordingly. So शादी का अगर कंसर्न बीच में ना आए तो this will be very useful.
So what do you prefer after that, after PhD program, or?
Sir, absolutely not in between. Sir, absolutely not in between. But yeah, after PhD.
By around 5 or 6%, the same question. That's why I wanted to know it from you. Because I told them that I have seen a cases they do PhD, they do even at the end of the fourth year as well.
Right.
So, and as well first year as well. So it depends on them only.
Right, correct.
They are supervisors, you know. There are a lot of issues. You can definitely, because you have to invite them. Then I know personally the people don't do anything for around 3 or 3.5 years, and then they suddenly ramped up everything.
Right, sir.
One person I know personally, so she only came. She admitted in this PhD program, and she was a full-time scholar. And met her only we met her. I think on the day when she was having her pre-submission. It could be the case because she was not in the campus, or she had been to abroad only.
Okay.
After 3 years, she just do the pre-submission only. Basically, I know people from this academia field. I have shared this profile with Diva as well, Dhriti Mahadevan. She's a assistant professor at SPGIMR. She was a scholar. She was basically daughter of Mahadevan. She's a professor at IIM Bangalore in the operations field. So basically, I think she's unmarried till now, but I think she's maybe in 30s. But she is also in marketing only. But then this nepotism and this favoritism, I know. I've been to Triple ITM Gwalior a few months ago. Yeah, I think a week ago only, so maybe 2 weeks. Then I met one person. She was She was a wife of professor and she was doing PhD under different professors. At IIM Indore only, there was a professor Manoj Motiani. So her wife was doing PhD under ex-professor. At here only, Amy only the son of a professor was doing PhD under different professors. This happens a lot. Then it is also the issue. Nancy, what would you like to say about this?
Sir, right now I don't want to say anything on this because I'm still, suffering from this situation. So,
I mean, they got married and then they got enrolled into a PhD program under their friends with a professor in the same university.
again, sir, it is completely depend on the situation, how she used to deal with the situation. Like if she manage work life and a professional life equally, so yeah, there is no problem on this.
One great story as well. One of my senior, he was a good friend. I mean, friend in the sense, his friend was a professor.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing some business, or maybe was not active in the academia only. He wanted to do PhD, so he did PhD under his friend only. Then he was not supposed to do anything. His friend did everything.
Sir, I think guiding a PhD scholar, so there must be some strictness. So being a friend, actually, there is what I feel is strictness or a particularity is missing. So a friend cannot be your supervisor because there is something which is informal, which is not formal. So as per me, so a friend cannot be a guide.
Because your personality is totally different, my personality is totally different.
Yeah, so again, it's a debatable equation or a statement. It's completely depend on the situation.
I want a professor in life whom I can share anything, everything with him. So it's not like a friend, but it's a humble professor should be there. But people want to do
But
professor.
a humble professor is different and a friendship zone is different.
Friendship zone is different, but I want a
What I am saying is the situation, the relationship is informal. But being a PhD, because PhD is a very long process. We cannot complete our PhD within a month or within a 1 semester or a 6 months. We can say it's a long term process. Like it took 3 years minimum, maximum 4, 5, 6. So there should be a strictness. Strictness is necessary or particularity is necessary. So where informal relationship is entering. So yeah, this is I feel this. Maybe your statement is different. Other statements are different.
as well, or even at Central University as well. I know a lot of people who had done enrolled in 2015 or 16. They just completed, they submitted a PhD now. It becomes a lengthy 5 years. The PhD got extended. 1 year extension due to COVID. Then maternity leave is there.
Right.
Then yes. So
No,
it's not
work-life
like
balance is playing a very important role in your PhD journey.
any other questions, specific questions you have.
Actually, sir, I want to ask you something. This is not the question. We can say this is a query or this is a issue. Being a research scholar, many times we used SCI Hub or Sky Hub. We all know this platform is illegal. This is not recommended by the expert or our supervisor, but still we are using. So, can you please comment on that? The information which we are receiving from the Sky Hub or SCI Hub is reliable or not?
Sky Hub helps us in downloading papers, right?
Right.
This is not giving any information. This is only just giving you the research papers, which is written by the different professors.
Okay.
Not giving you any information, right? It's just helping you to downloading this. It's a link to help the people so that they can download the papers. It's not giving any information.
Okay. Information means research paper.
So obviously, then how will you download the papers? Either you have good contacts like me. I can get a download from any place in India. At least you can just.
So there are very platforms like we have ResearchGate. We have
But they don't give downloading access.
Right, SCI
gives access.
Okay, that I don't know. SCI Hub gave download access. That I came to know this. Thank you very much, Avantika.
because then only you would be able to. I mean, how will you download this? Because either you have good connections. They are obviously 60-70% are you cannot download papers from SkyHub. If you wanted to get download papers of 2024, obviously there's no option in the SkyHub. You can't download the papers.
Right. Recent one paper we are not able to download.
It's a platform to help scholars like us. What we are doing is also creating a platform for research scholars to share their knowledge. That's what the person is doing. Who has made the SkyHub, Mansi?
Don't know, sir.
There was a woman, I don't remember the name, but she's a woman.
So from which country?
Russia, or I have studied about him, but I don't remember. She was a woman.
There's also a case going on. I hope you know it. Please check. The case is going on already in court. Because if they are not giving free information, then how will you research, na? How will you research? So how will you? If they are not giving you access to information, any information, you don't have access. Do you have a Scopus access?
No, sir. No, at all not. Not Scopus, not Web of Science. No.
Is it ethical to download from somewhere else? It's not. Then we have to.
So you are my resource person then only.
I'm not a resource person. I'm just telling you about how. I mean, obviously it's a platform for knowledge sharing. Either share knowledge, either you don't. It's up to you. There are people like. There are a lot of people I know whom you can just call them. They will charge you money and then they will download you or they will help you. They will do everything what you want. So you can be a dead person, or you can be in between, or you can be a dead person who can give you something free. You are accessible everywhere.
Right.
Accessible everywhere. No problem with that because it's a platform to share knowledge. We are doing research just to share knowledge, just to learn. My motivation of this research is just to learn things. Nothing more than that. Not to earn money, definitely. Just to learn more things, interact with a lot of people, share my knowledge, gain something, and whatnot. Yeah, tell me, Malti. So they are platform like SkyHub. They are platform like obviously if you are having with SkyHub, you can definitely have issues with ChatGPT as well, right?
No, sir, I don't have any kind of issue, but this is a general question.
Question, na? So we don't have any option. If you don't have any option, you have to do things like this.
Okay.
काम चलाना पड़ेगा ना.
Right, correct.
So if you are googling and you are what paper you earlier on the when I was in first year of PhD, so my senior asked me, person who is helping me in the PhD program, he asked me how do you download the paper. I said भैया जो खुल जाते मैं download कर लेता हूँ.
Right.
Because he was saying never ever do that. I said I thought that's why he is saying. Then what I download is rubbish. Now I focus on paper only on Elsevier, Willy, Emerald,
Right.
and Springer. Only papers having ABDC. Only people who are in ABDC, and I only read papers which are from A category or maximum B category papers. A star A category papers. I try to read because their reference, they write lot of good things stuff. But if you read, basically it's the process of what you read, you consume that only.
Right, absolutely correct.
Definitely get good ideas. You will write that only. If you read garbage, like for example, there are people not sure about garbage, but there are a lot of people who are focusing more on the MDPI journals. I'm not sure about how we should be doing. We should have papers in that journal or not. I'm not sure.
Right, sir.
So,
right.
Understanding is focus on papers, even if I'm unable, because earlier I was focusing more on the papers because my paper was not accepted. So I tried to focus on the journals which were not that high quality. Then one of my professors told me, because it's all about the connections. I met a professor at Great Lakes University, so he told me you should be focusing on the A category paper. So I asked him, please help me about how can I go about it. Then he asked me about the correction and also we are more focusing on the papers who are A category or B category, and that paper will not be open definitely in the normal scenario. You definitely require either good connections or SkyHub platform. Yeah, Mansi, over to you. Any other thing? If anyone want to ask, Vibha, Mansi,
So my part is clear. I don't want to ask anything right now. The information you gave to me is make me very clear.
You are not audible. You are not audible. Akshay is there. Avantika, any specific questions? Vibha?
Not now. Since I'll be working, I'll get doubts more and more.
Any specific or any general questions?
Not for now.
Vibha?
No, sir, not right now.
Right.
Hello.
Sure.
So, I have many friends. Most of them, most of them avoid PhD because there is one general perception. Also, I have
Right.
noted that, like people say that their guides intentionally do extend their PhD. They do some other kinds of things to extend the time. So, can you clear on that doubt?
Definitely your life is dependent on them only, na? They are the God.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you one thing. One of my known, he has done a lot of work, he has done everything, he has done pre-submission and all, everything he has done. But then he met his professor. It's not like you can submit whenever you want to do. It's not like that. Whenever he accepts, it's called submission. If he doesn't accept that, then it's not a submission. So then it's up to him only. Whenever he wants you to spend 5 years, he will definitely. But I personally met professors who believe in 3-year PhD program. 3 years, literally. I met a professor. I know him personally. We interact daily. He believes that we should be on the field very quickly. But in most of the scenarios, they want a PhD for around 5 years. Also, it's a game of ego as well. I have also met professors who are very egoistic. They are professors, humble professors. I'm not a professor, but I am a very humble person. So I talk very nicely to people, but also I try very politely in a humble way, and I try to help others. But there are professors who are very you obviously don't like to meet them. For one, obviously you are very hesitant to even talk to them. You are very hesitant to at least knock their cabin doors. So it is also the case. I have seen a lot of people who are shivering when they want to meet their professors, their guides. I have literally seen people like that only. But whenever I want to my professor and whenever I want to meet him, because I want a person in life, I want a professor in life whom I can share everything. Either make him like this only, or either choose him wisely, or even if you want, you can. It's not necessarily if you are under PhD program and you suffer, lot of there because there are a lot of suicide cases are there in IITs. You might have observed. Akshay, is it audible?
Yes.
You have suicide, right? These days at IIT Kanpur and even at IIT Kanpur is there.
Also, there are some cases.
A lot of pressure. Have you heard of pressure in this IIT Kanpur? There is an issue. One professor was there. He was delivering a lecture on this about this mindfulness and this peace, calm, and all these things. He was giving lecture on we are very happy and all about the happy. He was giving actually lecture on happiness, and he on the stage got heart attack. You might have
Yes.
the article. IIT Kanpur professor was there. So then, professor, the issue is with the. I mean, he was having a lot of pressure at that time. Professors are also under a pressure. The professor and the scholar, then professor will definitely give pressure and all, to the student as well. The student means the scholar. So then your life is under the control of a professor. Definitely. For example, I know personally one of my friends. So he is doing PhD from IIT Kharagpur. So then after 3 years, his PhD guide for UK. So now again he is supposed to tell everything to a new PhD guide. Just today only I met a person. He is doing PhD under ex-professor, but his professor is suspended. So then one other professor has to see his every report and all. So he was obviously for example, you printed your PhD thesis. Then what will you do? Obviously see this. What are the errors and all? So then you don't know how to write title, how you should be knowing what about the title page, what would be the flow and all. So he was an IMA candidate. So then he has to give. So I asked him to please give me the thesis, and I corrected him a lot of things, and then he will give professor. So the professor will see take the correction. But then obviously there is no issue of the correction, no? Because he will everyone, for example, you give a person 300 pages, so how you will just turn thesis like this one.
Yes.
And then what will happen? Your thesis will be going to the examiner. And then what happen if your thesis is not that good? I mean, there are corrections, major correction, minor correction, spelling mistakes and all. Then he will return, and then when he will return, then you have to again do the correction and then again send. So this process will also take at least 6 or 7 months. So then guidance and is important, number one. So what I suggest in that scenario where you are saying that you have a root professor and all, you just mentioned this point. So for example, X person is having not that professor, but the tuning is very important, because what I was telling you about the one of my friend is so his professor got shifted to UK. Now he has to again explain to a new professor that why I want to do. He wanted to attend one conference, so he didn't approve. He didn't approve. He said no, don't go into extra conference, because but I love to travel, so it doesn't happen, but it just happened with my friend. So then he was not getting approval for conference at all. Then it happens because the topic is changed, your life will be stuck. There are professors. For example, you complain for a professor that don't want to be a part of this with this professor. Then they change you to a next professor. Then it takes around 6 months extension there. They again ask you why you are working on this topic. Why? Please inform me. Are you getting the point? So either
Yes.
you think with him. If not, then so there.
Okay.
Then you should be having informal interaction with the professors, because he should be like your father. You should be sharing each and everything with him, personal, professional. Because if you are not sharing, then you might be a mess. Might have should it depends only. Yeah, Akshay, please ask me something.
No, there is no such question now. But I will definitely. I get stuck in anywhere in my next journey.
Master thesis. You could have understand what I'm trying to tell you. You could have done some master thesis kind of thing. So
Yes.
it's a kind of big master thesis. Big means it's only just multiplied by number of 3 years, 4 years. You do master thesis for a year only. Okay. So then you have to again for master thesis as well. You have to meet professor and ask him what you have done and all. So it's not necessarily he has seen each and every page of yours, but at least there are professors who see each and every page of their scholars of the thesis. But they are way rare. Yeah.
No.
So for that scenario, what I suggest, you can have a good external person, external friend of their peer influence person who can help them in their PhD. Akshay, to you only. I'm clear to you. What
Yes,
if root professor and all, and he is not cooperating with the research paper and all? Then because then there's an issue of knowledge sharing, and you have to have good person who can help you with the PhD program. So this is, for example, I don't go to my professor regarding this PhD and all. I have a good informal conversation always. But for PhD program and PhD learning and sharing, I try to definitely interact with each and every person in different faculties, different universities, Great Lakes, IIMs and all. So I try to ask them what is the error in this. Please tell me. How should I improve this? Please tell me. This I try to. Yeah. So it's not like you PhD under a one campus. You should know your friends from other universities. You should know seniors from other universities. For example, LinkedIn platform. Just try to know. For example, you want to do PhD in electric vehicle adoption. Okay. What I do is I search for electric vehicle adoption. Whoever is doing PhD or whoever is into marketing, I try to connect with them and try to talk to them. This, sir, my PhD topic is this. Can you please help me in sharing your light? Please throw light on this topic, and can we work? Or can you please help me on this topic, because I'm facing, because just a week ago I tried to meet Mr. Pratik Modi. So he is dean at BIMTech, not BIMTech, but in Mansi. What is there? In BIMTech, what team is this? BIMTech is there, I think.
Yes,
In
Yes,
BIMTech,
Noida, it's in Noida.
Noida. It is in Noida, right?
yeah. One more institute is there. So he was the I think not BIMTech, but in Honda वालों को पूछा ना, हीरो Honda वालों को, वो इंस्टीट्यूट है Honda वालों को, उनको मुझे नाम याद नहीं आ रहा, क्या नाम है, बताता हूँ आपको खुद ही. So he was at IRMA. He was at IRMA. So I have done workshop at around IRMA on the field experiment program. So then my experience was okay, not that good. But there I met one person, Mr. Gaurav. So he was doing PhD from there. So I asked him, Gaurav, I face these issues in structure equation modeling and all. Please, can you suggest me who can help me in this? So he gave me one reference, Mr. Pradeep Modi. So I messaged him personally, sir, I am facing these issues and all. So he was not known to me. I don't know him. I never met him. But he said, try this book, try this research paper. You can write this, and write these things and this. So he's at BML Munjal. Sorry, Munjal वालों का है ना ये?
PMI Munjal.
BML Munjal. So he's a dean at there only. So it's also about good connection as well. So also one of my paper was rejected. So I tried to have a word regarding that paper with one of my friend. He was at Great Lakes. So then he asked his supervisor, yes sir, my friend paper is getting rejected, can you please help him? So he contacted me. So then I said, sir, please help me on this. So he gave comments, and then we are working on that paper again and again. So he motivated me to work for the good journals only. So it's also about people in different institutes. You can definitely, it's not about you are doing PhD from that institute. If you are facing issues in that university, that's okay. But you can definitely try to talk people from, for example, you are from which university? Sri Vidyapit. Bharati Vidyapit. Oh, sorry. So then I have people from Avantika, like, so she is from Prestige, Gwalior. Then we have Mansi. She is from Gurgaon. So I try to talk to all of them, that we try to share some knowledge, and she can be an expertise in her field. For example, she is good in writing part, I am good at analysis part. So we can both write a paper, because for novelty and all, for this we try to talk to people who are good into academia. So we try to talk a good professor can help us in focusing on good journals and all. So it's also about the culture of this team building. We will try to build a team. It's not like you can do each and everything on your own. Okay. Yes, Vivan. Nancy, Rahim is not speaking anything. So there are a lot of people who also do some kind of stuff. For example, I met a person who is making maps. So you can do also, because he is making maps for the. Akshay, what about Mac? You were saying some, not you, but Rahim was telling me about something maps. What was that?
So it was like about can tell you better in better way. But we were thinking there are many people who don't know how to make maps. So we can work on that as a starter. As a starter.
Yeah. Yes. So then you can also do something, because it's not like you are 24/7. You are focused reading paper again and again. My routine is I try to reach department or university at 8 a.m. Try to go through things 2 or 3 hours. I try to go through things. It's not like daily I went there, but I try at least. So then I try to do a lot of work and all. So but it's not like you are focusing 24/7 PhD, because you will be mad then. Okay. Then more on the our growth as well. Our growth is also important, because PhD is basically a path. What is the goal? Goal is something different. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Anything you would like to add? Please inform me. Add something to your value. Does that add any value to you?
Yes, definitely.
Bantika, here's some insight regarding the session. Because what I discuss is it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. I try to focus on the quality. Either you have one participant in life. If you are focusing on the improving the life of one person, so it's good. It's not like you try to engage a lot. 100% meeting is there, so you can't. It's not like that. You should be focusing on improving the life of few people. Then it will be very rewarding. Shiva, does that answer? I tried to answer some of your queries, but I don't think does it work or not. Shiva, have you left?
No, sir, I'm here.
You are
Yes,
here?
sir, it will work. Yes, sir. So start focusing on both the things, on research proposal as well as GRF.
No, research proposal is hardly a game of. I can write research proposal using ChatGPT in half an hour. Just paraphrase it using Quillbot and then submit it. It's not like that. It's only about just giving time half an hour, 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. When you woke up at 7, just focus on the research paper, research proposal. Say this 100 times. And then in the night, around 10 to 10:30. Maybe it's 9:30 to 10. It's about the time management.
So
There are
the thing, I
there are
got
people,
stuck. Yes,
there are
sir.
people who are doing preparation for GMAT and CAT and GRF at that time as well. There are people, but I'm not sure that does it that work or not. You were saying that?
I got stuck in like my professor is saying something else, and like I'm receiving something from like in different contexts. Like the professor is saying that you should focus on literature review, you should write like 3 to 4 page of literature review and research proposal and so on, so on. So I got stuck. Like, what should I do? There's no proper procedure. Like how I should start.
That's the whole issue of that's what the Akshay tell, na? There's no that's the issue. They ask you to do that, but they don't tell you how to do that. That's the issue. That's why you have people like me, na?
Yes, sir.
Confuses more. Okay. Okay, let's Mansi, shall we end? Do you have any questions, Mansi? Any
No, sir.
informal or formal questions if you have, please
No,
ask.
sir, no, sir.
Okay, I have tried to waste your lunch time. We'll meet some other time as well. Maybe we are planning to have in maybe next Sunday or Mansi, can we, if you want,
Yeah.
can we have?
Yes, sir, sure. Sorry, sir, I'm not getting you.
Can we have something like this on weekly basis if you want?
Yes, sir, correct. Absolutely.
Maybe on Sundays we can have like Ajay Chauhan does that. You know, they
Correct.
started something. So we can also
Right. Yes, sir.
not about PhD queries, but something related to the पीड़ा जो होती है आपको पता है ना?
Sure,
ठीक है?
sir, sure.
ये अक्षय
Yes.
रहीम से पूछना था भाई क्यों नहीं आई है सर? ये पूछ के बताइएगा.
Sir, yes, sir.
रहीम आ गए आप?
मैं था पहले.
नहीं क्या फायदा? तो कुछ सुना हमने क्या बताया? क्या बताया? कुछ बताइए 2-3 लाइन बताइए ताकि हमें समझना है कुछ सुना आपने या नहीं सुना.
About the Ph.D. and the institution, about startup plan.
हमने आपके मैप के बारे स्टार्टअप के बारे में बात भी की थी. आपका मैप का स्टार्टअप है तो किसी को मैप बनवाना हो तो कांटेक्ट भी कर सकता है. तो इट्स नॉट लाइक कि आप जो है खाली पीएचडी फोकस करें. आप उसके अलावा साइड बाय साइड कुछ और भी काम करते हैं. आई नो लॉट ऑफ पीपल. मैं गौरव की बात कर रहा था. ही इज फ्रॉम बीएचयू ओनली. So what he do is he also try to mentor a lot of people whether they should do MBA or not. Like he also planning to some this PhD talk as well in the near future. So he is in IRMA of rural management at Anand only. So then you should definitely PhD you should have good connection with different universities. Like I met these guys Rahim and Akshay at around at IIT Una, and I met Mansi at this North Cape University, and Vibha and Avantika I met at Gwalior. So the world is very small. Okay. So Mansi, in mind we can have something of this sort where you can also speak.
Right.
And my experience, and we can have something on general topic where people from different streams can join. Okay.
Correct. Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Bye bye all.
So thank you, everyone. I hope this information is useful for you all, guys. So have a good day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir.